new. Will that be okay? 3 minutes for your shake?
Yes, we will make and listen at the same time.
Okay. So I'll just start. So while you are making your shake, I'll just give a brief introduction about me. So I'm Coach Zidu. I have been in this journey since June 2020. So I just started like you, hoping to lose weight and become healthier. So within 1 year, I kind of lost 14 kgs. I'm a wellness coach in W6, but at the meantime, I'm also full-time employed, working as an HR manager in an international audit firm. Just after the session, I'm going to leave to my work. I'm even ready to leave. So uh, what was most interesting about my journey was with the weight I was able to overcome with my skin issues. I was having a lot of skin pigmentation. So within 2 to 3 months, I started to seeing a lot of difference in my skin. So I was having hyperpigmentation, skin roughness. I switched my breakfast to a healthier meal like Herbalife, and eating a lot of vegetables and fruit helped me to gain strength, good immune system, and yes, ultimately a nice, beautiful skin. So I think that's a short and brief intro about me. So we'll just proceed with today's topic. If you have a question, you can just type it on the chat box. So I hopefully I'll attend to it. So today's session is about phytonutrients. So phytonutrients are known as phytochemicals. Both terms are used interchangeably. So phytonutrients are simply the chemical compounds in plants that help to produce them to grow. So same time, it also helps them to protect from other external threats like from harsh environment, even from diseases, viruses that around the environment or around the where it grows. So the phytonutrients help as a defense system, work as a defense system in plants. So basically, phytonutrients uh, just fall into the group of micronutrients, but they are not vitamins or minerals. They are simply chemical compounds in plants. So under macro, as we know, we have protein, carbs, and fats. And micronutrients are nutrients that we need in larger scale to our body. And phytonutrients are nutrients that micronutrients are nutrients that we need in smaller quantity. So both help to build a better body and better immune system. Basically, phytonutrients are found in fruits, vegetables, as well as in many spices and even edible flowers. So in this session, when I mean plants, I mean all these groups. So for easy and for convenience, I will be using the word plants for all this group in this session. Yeah. Phytonutrients can be thought as bioactive food components because it plays a biological active role in our body to protect ourselves from like yes, diseases or help to build a better immune system. So for ease and convenience, researchers or scientists has grouped down phytonutrients into three major groups, but let's say there are more than 25,000 phytonutrients and still more to discover. So these are grouped down into three major groups with respect to their chemical structure. So that's a lot of chemical name. If I try to uh, just to explain all those names, it will take a lot of time and mostly we won't remember. So I promise I won't bombard you with a lot of chemical names today. I'll just keep it as simple as you can remember how to incorporate phytonutrients in your daily meals, and uh, also in a way that can be very much easier for you to remember. So, but before we proceed, I will just explain the major groups. Major groups are polyphenols, terpenoids, and thiols. So under these groups, there are again many groups of phytochemicals or nutrients. So to make it more easier, researchers and nutritionists has divided the phytonutrients into various range of colors. So we'll go one by one with the colors. What are the benefit of the plants with the similar colors or with that group of colors, and where can we obtain this type of phytonutrients? So we'll start with color red. So plants in red color, the phytonutrients in these plants act as or work as a potent scavengers, which means they work as the protectors of our body. So in our body there are free radicals because of the maybe because of the food we ate, because of a toxic environment we are exposed. So these phytonutrients in red plants help to uh, try to avoid or protect the damage of our DNA or uh, cells in our body. So they play as a scavenger us from us saving from potential cancer diseases. Also, it helps to minimize heart and lung diseases. So basically, I think most of us usually use these type of plants in daily meals. For example, strawberries, cranberries, raspberries, tomato, cherries, apples, beets, beetroot, semi, watermelon, red grapes, red peppers, red onions. So you can see a lot of red vegetables and fruits. If you take, you will get these type of phytonutrients that will help to minimize heart and lung diseases or even save you from potential cancer related issues. So the next one is orange and yellow. So plants which are in orange and yellow color, the phytonutrients in it helps or supports intracellular communication, which means in our body, the cell communication, there will be a lot of chemical signaling. So it helps to improve this chemical signaling or communication that may prevent like heart diseases. Also, phytonutrients in orange and yellow color plants help or promote healthy growth and development and good eye health. So these are very beneficial colored fruits. Like when we get sick, we usually take orange juice because it has phytonutrients that minimize the division of viruses in our body, and it tries to balance our immune system. So this type of nutrition can be, or phytonutrition can be obtained by taking uh, carrot, sweet potato, yellow peppers, orange, bananas, pineapples, tangerine, mango, pumpkin, apricot, winter squash, peaches, and corn. And next one is green. So green, we are very familiar with green. Like every day we use green. We know it's very beneficial when, especially when we are on a weight loss journey. It helps to detox us. So the phytonutrients in green colored plants, they are rich in cancer blocking chemicals, which inhibit the action of cancer causing compounds. Also, greens, the phytonutrients in green plants support eye health, arterial function, liver function, and cell health. So basically, if you take a lot of more greens, it provide all these benefits for our body. So this can be found in plants like spinach, avocado, asparagus, broccoli, sprouts, kale, cabbage, Brussels sprouts, kiwi fruit, collard green. So there are a lot of other green colored plants. I've just listed on a few things. So with respect to colors, these phytonutrients can be absorbed. The next is purple and blue. So purple and blue plants which have these colors, they have phytonutrients that help to delay the cellular aging. So if you take a lot of purple or blue colored plants, it helps to delay our aging. Isn't it interesting? much you use these colored plants in your daily meals? How much do you use? What do you think? How often do you use? For example, let's say, do you use one or two colors in your meals every day? If you do, just type one. If you do use one type of plant, type one. If two, two. If three, three. How often do you use? For example, let's say how many colored plants you use in your daily meal? Humpty 1, 3, Numa 3, Ifa 3, 2 or 3 any. Yeah, so we do add different colors to our meal. So there is a lot of health benefit of it. Okay, so purple colored plants also they are good for our brain, bone, and arteries even. So this type of phytochemicals can be found in blueberries, blackberries, elderberries, concord grapes, raisins, eggplant, plum, fig, prunes, lavender, purple, and cabbage. Purple cabbage. And the last one is white and brown. So phytochemicals in brown and white and brown plants supports healthy bones and circulatory system and may help reduce the risk of fight diseases and cancer. So the this type of nutrients you can obtain by consuming plants like onion, cauliflower, garlic leeks, daikon, radish, and mushroom. So what idea do you get when all these colors are mentioned? Like, what do you think of the colors? What does it represent? Is there a simple word that we can use to represent these colors? Red.
Rainbow.
Yeah, exactly, rainbow. So basically, the nutritionists or researchers have just grouped down the phytonutrients into a much simpler way that we can easily remember. Just remembering the colors of rainbow, and when you incorporate plants with these colors, it makes it easier for us to remember and even to add into our meals. So yes, basically these phytonutrients are grouped down with respect to rainbow colors. Oh, apparently it appeared to be a beautiful rainbow when they grouped down. So those are just some of the benefits of the phytochemicals in these colored plants. Also, I want to highlight that, as I told you before, when I mean here plant, it include even herbs, spices, and flowers as well. So we are very aware, we are very familiar of using herbs and spices in our meals. It has a lot of advantage. One thing is it gives us a good flavor. Also, it has a lot of phytochemicals that helps to build a better health. Yeah. So basically, some of the spices, flowers, or herbs are green tea, green herbs, mint, rosemary, sage, thyme, and basil. So these are very good spices and herbs that we can use in our daily meal. So this is the rainbow. So each color has their specific type of phytochemicals, and they have a wide range of benefit for us and even for the plant itself even. So as I mentioned earlier, the chemicals in the plants help them to grow and protect them. So when we consume those plants, it also helps, those chemicals also help to protect from us from diseases and helps to even for our growth. So so now I'm going to just share with you some of the effects of phytonutrients in our body. So as mentioned earlier, there are like more than 25,000 and still to discover. Scientists are carrying out a lot of research with respect to phytonutrients. So the research area is still very young, and still most of the trials are in clinical stage. So since the area is bit young and there are no like many cases, but still with the trial also scientists were able to conclude some of the benefits of phytonutrients. I will discuss in the next few slides about these findings. So it works as an antioxidant, which means it helps us to protect from scavengers, which are just cancer-causing agents. So in our body, there are free radicals that might be a big danger to us. For example, free radicals could happen if because of a food we eat, because of a toxic environment we are exposed into, or because of process that take place in our place. So these type of free radicals have the potential to damage our DNA. But consuming phytonutrients, some of those are which are antioxidant, they help to neutralize these free radicals to save our DNA, the damage of our DNA and the damage of some of the cell components in our body. So it works as an antioxidant also. Anti-inflammatory effect. So inflammation is actually a natural way our body responds if there is for example, let's say medical condition ranging from tissue diseases or cancer. So that is a natural way our body responds when there is a unsuitable process that is happening in our body. For example, swelling, paining. So these are type of inflammation. So if we take specific kind of phytonutrients, it helps to reduce this type of inflammation. For example, if you have body pain or if you are allergic to a specific kind of a fish, sometimes when you consume milk and turmeric, it helps to ease us. So that there is this type of inflammatory characteristic or support that these phytonutrients can provide us. So immune enhancement, so which means it helps to balance our immune system. Like some people have a very overreactive immune system. Some people have very predisposed to infection or cancer. So which means the body needs to be balanced. So when we consume phytonutrients or phytochemicals from plants, it helps to balance our immune system. For example, when we get sick, we usually try to take a lot of soups or juices. For example, orange juice is very common to take when we are having a fever. So the phytonutrients actually in these plants helps to balance out our immune system, and also it prevents further dividing of these pathogens or bad bacteria in our body. So it plays a defense mechanism. Blocking the formation of carcinogens, which means carcinogens are cancer-causing agents. So it also prevent from causing cancer, which means blocking the potential agents that may cause us cancer. And also it is an anti-cancer effect, which means if we are consuming, if you are a patient, cancer patient, and if you consume phytonutrients, phytochemicals, these colored plants, it further help not to outgrow the, for example, tumors like or unexpected division of cells, and furthermore, it helps to repair our DNA. So hormone regulation also, this is also one benefit of phytonutrients for our body. It helps to regulate hormones such as estrogen and insulin. Anti-aging effect. So a number of phytochemicals have demonstrated possible anti-aging effects. So as I mentioned earlier, most of these researchers are still in clinical trial stages. They have identified that the phytochemicals have these potentials, which means mostly the trials are taken place in a clinical or trial stage. which means they are using like other mammals which have very similar structure to us. So there is a possibility that it will show the same effect on us. Yeah. So adding phytonutrients to your diet. So adding phytonutrients, as mentioned in the previous slide, it has a lot of health benefit for us. But sometimes we don't know from where we should start, how we are going to incorporate all these types of colored plants in our daily. So the best comes when all are in a balance and all are included in our meals. So sometimes we don't know how we're going to incorporate all these. So the best way is to reach for a rainbow, which means when you add phytonutrients, try to add all these colors into your daily meals. So one way that you can reach is think in twos, which means when you prepare your daily meal, so for example, let's say we usually have 3 main meals, 2 snacks. Yeah. So in morning we can take two of the colors, and for lunch we can take 2 of the colors, and even for dinner. So in that way you will be able to take 6 different colors. So it is also very important to keep in mind when you are choosing a specific color of plant, how it helps to reach to your goal. So for example, if you are someone who is trying
May
to
namin yung makida, okay. May naganapin mo.
hello. Okay, so I'll proceed. So when if you are in a weight loss journey, so we have to be very specific about the types of plants that we use. So some of the plants are, with respect to their carbs contain, it is high. For example, let's say in morning with the shake, you can use a fruit or a vegetable which have low calorie of 2 different colors. For example, you can add to your shake frozen berries, blueberries. They are very good anti-aging. They have anti-aging phytonutrients. And for a snack, you can use another color. For example, let's say a green apple. So in morning, in that way, you'll be able to take 2 colors. Yeah. And in lunch, so we can take a yellow color vegetables, for example, pumpkin or sweet potato. So since pumpkin and sweet potato are 2 complex carbs which have quite high amount of carbs in it, it is better to take in lunchtime rather than taking at the dinner time. So in that way, you should be mindful when you are choosing the colors. Does it help to achieve your weight goal also? So it is better to take those colored plants for lunch. And for dinner, you can again choose another color. For example, white cauliflower, which is again a good vegetable which has a very low carb content comparatively. So when you choose different colors in your meals, think in that way, how it is helping to achieve the rainbow colors and as well as your calorie count even. So as a practice, if you are not very much familiar of using different colors as a practice, as a strategy, you can think of this way. You can make your action, skip your action as simple as this way. For example, you can keep pictures of fruits and vegetables in your dining or kitchen area. So researchers say that if you are exposed, if you usually see these type of pictures, there is a high possibility that you will be consuming them. Yeah. And also, like for example, you can keep a list with your, it's better if you keep in the kitchen or in the fridge, just sticking down the colors that you are consuming that day. So then you will know that which color you haven't consumed. Yeah. And also try to make very colorful plates, decorative plates. So in that way also you'll be able to add more different colored vegetables. For example, if you're making a simple salad also, you can add red pepper or lettuce or tomato or different colors of vegetables. So the plate will also look beautiful, and at the same time that you add in different types of phytochemicals via these vegetables. And another way is if you find it difficult to eat certain types of vegetables, or for example, for kids even, they won't eat simply if we give cauliflower, just stir fry or boil cauliflower. So you can just make a paste of cauliflower or other vegetables and combine with spaghetti sauces, and then you can provide to them. Or instead of spaghetti or noodles, you can go for zucchini or spaghetti squash noodles. So it's a very simple way that you can practice to incorporate these different colors of vegetables. For example, if you are going for shopping, if just take a look before you purchase the vegetable, just check whether there are variety of colors. So in that way, if you take it to home, there is high chances that you are going to consume it. So how often do you mix the colors? What do you say now? Do you just think intentionally to put the colors into your meal? How many of you have tried this way? Or how many of you are going to try it? What is the which color do you use oftenly, most oftenly? I think I use green a lot. Red and green, green. Red. All right. So most of us use red and green. Or some use green and orange. So researchers have identified that it's better if we mix all of the different colors, yeah, because each provide different types of benefit for us. And for example, let's say we are very much, for example, concerned with aging. So by adding more purple or blue color vegetables into our plate, it is not balancing all the colors. So it is the best result is there when all these colors are in a balanced form. So adding so much of purple won't give you a lot of benefit if you are compromising other colors. Yeah. So there are a lot of products in Herbalife also that provides a very similar kind of benefit like these phytonutrients. For example, the tea that we consume every day, it has polyphenols. So that is one of the major groups of phytonutrients. So polyphenols, they have antioxidant effect that can like prevent us from a lot of diseases. So every morning when we consume this Herbalife tea, so it helps us to absorb this type of phytonutrients. Then the other one is cell activo. So cell activo helps to restore intracellular oxygen, which means in the yellow colored plants, the phytonutrients, it helps to support the intracellular communication. The same kind of a effect or benefit can be obtained by taking cell activo. Also, the cell activo has aloe vera, which support the body absorption of micronutrients. So which means if you take cell activo every day, it helps to absorb the micronutrients in the food we eat to our body. So it's a very good supplement in Herbalife we have. So the TC formula also, it has several herbal ingredients, a lot of variety of teas and herbs are in TC formula. So it is also another way that we can obtain this type of phytochemicals. So I have list down here aloe vera, because aloe vera is one supplement that we have which absorbs, which support absorption of nutrients to our body. So if we take aloe vera daily, it cleanses and it helps the villi to absorb a lot of nutrition to our body. And then as the last thing I have listed down here, F1 shake. So the main source of F1 shake is soy seed, which means again a plant. So there would be a lot of phytonutrients if we consume every day, or if we consume F1 also. So in these supplements also will be able to take phytonutrients. So this is the wheel that Hi, sorry, I was muted. There's a power disconnection over here. I won't be able to show the presentation, but I just completed the presentation. So if you have any question, you can ask me.
Zidu, Parish here. I have a question.
Yeah, Farish.
My question is, since you mentioned using herbs and spices, especially herbs that we use in our kitchen, some of the herbs are in processed or dried form. For an example, bottled and available in supermarket shelves. Like mostly Italian herbs and those kind of things. So when we use these kind of dry herbs, would it give the same benefits as fresh ones?
Thank you, Farish. Yes, it's always best to go for the fresh one. That one, the benefit or the nutrition content will be not the same if we are using a shelf or dried one. So it will be, yes, different. So better go for fresh ones always. But it's good to use in your meals, those herbs or spices even. It will provide those type of phytochemicals even, but won't be same as the fresh ones.
Okay, the other question is, can you explain more about the free radicals? Is it coming into our body because of the air we breathe, or is it because of the pesticides and such things in the food, or is it developed on its own in our body?
The three ways that you mentioned are possible ways. So because of toxic environment, or because of a food we consume, or because of yes pesticide or other chemicals that are in the food may create these type of free radicals in our body. So when we are talking about going for plant-based food, we have to think about to go for more organic ones, the ones which are produced with no artificial fertilizers. The best is to go for natural food, naturally grown plants. So if we have to think in that way, when we are taking plants, we have to think how much of artificial fertilizers are used in this plant. So it might cause a lot of, it might lead us a lot of diseases, even if we are taking plants which have a lot of artificial fertilizers. So yes, we have to be mindful for that even.
Yeah, thank you, Zidu.
Thank you, Farish.
Coach Zidu, let's say sometimes we having some fruits. So when we add in some Greek yogurt, will be actually in compliance with the white colors? Some fruits which is colorful, like we have strawberries, we have berries. Actually, we add in some Greek yogurts to actually make it more tasty. So we already consider as 3 colors already.
Is that what you mean with fruits with yogurt? Is it like that?
Yes.
So the basic of a yogurt is milk. So usually milk is not, let's say if it is from a plant-based milk, in a way that it will have kind of a phytonutrients in it. So let's to be on safer side, let's make sure that to obtain the different colors that we are simply taking from plants, it's better that not to consider like that way. There is, if there is from plant-based milk, there's a chances of having phytochemicals in those yogurt even. So let's think in a way that we are very sure that we are taking different various of colors in our meal. So you can add strawberry or frozen berries, blueberries with it. So in that way, you are sure that you have taken 2 colors. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. So if you don't have further question, we'll just wrap up the session. Thank you everyone for being here. I hope you learned something new today. Yeah, thank you. Have a nice day. Bye.
Bye.